Hello beautiful people, today I am here to tell you how to do the college visual arts portfolio. I know it's daunting, I know it's scary, but I broke it down into 7 easy steps for you to follow and for you to do. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope this helps you in your college application process, and may the odds be ever in your favor. Good luck. Step 1 is, I'd say, the most easy one and maybe the funnest, because you get to see all of your creations from the last couple of years. So step 1 is to gather all of your art. I don't care if you're embarrassed, just gather all of it. Well, all of your ones from high school at least. Gather all your favorite pieces, gather everything, lay it out so you can see it all. Now I personally do traditional and digital, so if I were to do this, I would lay it out on my iPad and I would lay it out on my bed. Put everything out, look at all your options, and just start feeling the creativity and the accomplishment of the fact that you did it. You have made all this art so far, and that's what really counts. Step 2 is actually choosing your pieces. This is what can feel really intimidating, because what does the college even want? They want so many different things. College wants various mediums. They want various composition, various sizes. What are various mediums? Various mediums, they can be oil paint, gouache, digital art. They want to see that you have some practice in every skill. Various compositions, what does that mean? Subject focuses. You can have still lifes, you can have portraits, you can have landscapes. They want to see you trying different things. Various sizes. You can have a 3x3 inch. You can have a 24 by 18, you can have big sizes, you can have smaller sizes, so sometimes having different sizes are more impressive. They want to see that you've experimented with different mediums, but overall, don't make it too unconnected. You want the portfolio to either one, have a theme, or have some cohesive link between the pieces in order to get the admissions to see your process. You know, sometimes your pieces aren't as strong as you like. Sometimes you're not at the level that you like, but this is when college applications are. So it's okay. This is where you are right now, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to show potential. That's what they are looking for. They're looking for potential. They're also really looking for originality. They want pieces that aren't cookie cutter. They want pieces that are unique and show your own voice. Pro tip, don't use master copies. What is an art master copy? It's basically where you try to replicate a famous artist or someone else's art to understand their techniques and methods. And while this is really good for developing your skills, college applications may not want to see this. Some do, I can say that, but because most websites and jurors and people who are going to see it do not tell you on the website if they want to see it or not, just keep it safe and don't use master copies. My art teacher had told me this, so I excluded mine. I was really proud of mine, but I wasn't sure who was gonna like it, so don't use it just in case. Now, you're picking your pieces, but it's not set in stone until you actually have to submit it, so don't worry right now if you're not sure how they connect or anything like that, because you can change the order or change what pieces later. But this is just like choosing what really stands out to you and what you think you're going to use. Now, many art institutes or colleges or anything that accepts portfolios are probably going to want around, say, 6 to 20. Most schools have 15, so I'd say a sweet spot is about 12 pieces. So you're not doing the maximum, but you're not doing the minimum. Now that you've chosen your pieces, you can kind of start to see a theme or a link between them. And now, if not, it's okay. Just work on that. But once you start to see it, maybe you'll be inspired to create new pieces, or even possibly get rid of certain pieces that you don't think fit the vibe. I would choose the pieces that you think make it stronger. 3, getting the files ready. This is so important because what are you actually showing them? You have to have files, so I would take photos on your phone or on a camera if you have one, or even a scanner if they're small enough, and just try to get the highest quality that you have. And if you don't have a camera, it's fine. Just make sure that the picture is in frame. They don't want to see anything outside of the frame, and they just want to see exactly what you actually made. So make it best lighting as well. Also, you can do some light editing. I wouldn't recommend heavy editing because then it won't look exactly how it is. Try to make it as close to real life as possible so that the people viewing it can see what it actually looks like. Now, what I would do with these files is I would put them in a Google Drive folder or on a hard drive or a flash drive or something on your computer so that they're all in one place, and I would even name them so that you're less confused. This way you're just as organized as possible from the beginning, and it is less stressful that way. So the files themselves, I would recommend being JPEGs or PNGs or typical video files or GIF files or GIF files, whatever you prefer, because they want the standard, they accept a standard. So if you do the file conversions now to be the correct file type, then it was also a lot easier to do. The next thing I would do would actually be to catalog your pieces. I have a Google Doc, but you can use Word or the Notes app, and I just put all my pieces that I just took the files of, and I put them on a Google Doc. I give them a name, and then I write facts about them. I write their dimension, what medium I use, the reference type, and also an artist statement. Artist statements are a whole separate thing. They can be about the symbolism and the meaning, but they can also be about how they connect to your theme. Artist statements are different depending on how you do it. I would do a combination of the two for your portfolio so that they're kind of together and cohesive, so you can link the pieces together if you don't in other ways. Step number 5 is actually looking into the specifics of your school. So you're probably applying to more than one school, which I did, and they all have different requirements. And also, if you're not in an art specific major, they might not even have a portfolio, so you should also check that. You may think, oh, I should have done that earlier, but a lot of schools actually do have optional art portfolios. So what I would do is look up the name of your university plus SlideRoom, and then you can look if your major, or sometimes it's labeled non-major, you can see their portfolio option, and as I said before, it's about 15 images is the requirement, sometimes 20, and then you can start uploading, and you already have the information ready, so you just have to copy and paste and upload the images. Now, if you're an art major or a film major or a writing major or anything that actually is portfolio based, they're going to have different specific things. You might have to make a new art piece for them, you might have to make a short story, you might have to make a video, depending on your major. So definitely that as a whole separate video. If you want that, comment below. But this is just about like the standard visual arts portfolio and what you might need. So now that you have the requirements, you should maybe revise it or see how do you make it flow better. 6 is actually uploading your art. You have done it. You have made your portfolio, and now it's just simply uploading it. So most schools use SlideRoom, or sometimes they have their own software on their website. Usually they give you the link to the other website after you submitted your application, so make sure that you submit your application before the deadline so you have time to upload the portfolio. But sometimes it's just on SlideRoom, so you can do it at the same time. Now SlideRoom sometimes has a $10 fee, but if you're low income or have other special circumstances, then sometimes you can get that waived, which is definitely helpful for people who need it. This might be one of the most boring steps, I'm not gonna lie. It's tedious, it's just sometimes repetitive, and you just have to upload it, copy and paste the information, and then you have to do the same thing for the other school and however many schools you have. So it can be annoying, but you're so close to being done. So now that you actually have the pieces in SlideRoom, this is what you can do. You can rearrange it. You really want the order of your pieces. So you can see all of your artwork out digitally on the SlideRoom or the other website, and I'd say put your strongest pieces in the beginning and the end. You want to make a good first impression, but you also want them to be impressed at the end. So if you have weaker pieces that you still think are good, put them in the middle so that they see a variety of your skills and talents. But you can also have it in any other order you want. If there's a specific way that your pieces grew over time, or your theme has a specific order, that's also okay. And you can do it whatever order you want, but that's just what I did. I put my strongest in the beginning and the end. You want them stunned. You have done this. You have made amazing artwork, and it's time to show it off. It's time to get into that dream college. It's time to get in. Step 7 is actually submitting it. This is really scary. You're pressing the button, you're paying that check, they're gonna see it. They're gonna see your art, they're gonna see all your hard work, but it's okay. It's okay to be anxious, but you're done. You finished and you got this. So submit it, get into that dream school, and be the baddie that you are. So, good luck.